Gosh, I wonder who it could be. What is up there, guys? With the Wiz, back at it again for another Kingdom Hearts video discussion right here, right now. So let's get right to it. Alright, so today I thought I'd finally go ahead and talk about, that big old question. Who in the world is this hooded man that appears in Melody of Memory? You'd think it'd be pretty cut and dry with Kingdom Hearts being as literal as a series as it is. Kingdom Hearts Melody of Memory, MOM. The Masters of Masters, MOM. So, what's there to really think about? It's got to be the Masters of Masters, am I right? Well, I think the big problem that a lot of people, including myself, have is that, well, this is the Masters of Masters we're talking about. The big Mac Daddy of the biggest character within the Kingdom Hearts series that we have been wondering and speculating for a long time. And you're telling me he's gonna appear here? We're gonna get that big reveal in a rhythm game? No disrespect to the rhythm game, but you know what I'm saying? This ain't Kingdom Hearts 4 or anything. Of course, every single Kingdom Hearts game is important, but it's like, what? You're gonna do that here and in front of Kairi out of all the characters within the Kingdom Hearts franchise? I don't know, it looks a little bit weird to me, and this is Kingdom Hearts, so, some things are not always as simple and clean as it appears to be. And there's one thing that I've learned from this series is one quote in particular from the Masters of Masters is that he says this one quote in Remind where it's like, the truth isn't what you hear, but it's what you see with your eyes. So if we're following that notion, I technically see a lot of things when it comes to Melody of Memory. So let us dive in and start speculating on who this hooded man could actually be. Number one, and I believe this is the safest bet for a lot of people, is that this hooded figure could be none other than Apprentice Terranord. So, okay, Apprentice Terranord? Well, why do I think that? A couple of reasons. Number one, clearly we are going to be focusing on Kairi's memories, and technically Apprentice Terranord really did have a big role when it came to that. After all, Apprentice Terranord took Kairi, put her in a pod, yeeted her out into space where she eventually ended up in Destiny Island. So yeah, the dude clearly has a role over here. At this point, it kind of seems as though Apprentice Terranord might be like that little stigma that's inside Kairi that she just needs to go ahead and deal with, because we do know that Kairi's memory of Radiant Garden are very hazy for her. Maybe it's just because she was young and the trip kind of traumatized her, or maybe it had something to do with her being in the ocean space before she landed on Destiny Island. But I don't know, it feels as though this Apprentice Terranord is something that's on the back of her that she needs to go ahead and get rid of. So that's why I kind of honestly see it being Apprentice Terranord. Appears in front of Kairi needs to defeat him, and boom, bada boom, hey, my memories are back, I'm in the clear. Whew, no doubts, no worries. But I mean, another reason why I would think that is that if you look very closely at Apprentice Terranord towards the little end of the trailer when he's walking away from the pod, you do actually see him put his hands behind his back, and we do see that same exact pose from this mysterious hooded figure. Honestly, I think it'd be a really cool idea if it was Apprentice Terranord, because it could be a nice little tie-in as to why Kairi froze in the Keyblade graveyard when Terranord was about to strike her down. I mean, aside from the fact that we saw Lee get completely mopped off the floor, I mean, come on, think about it. You're training to be a Keyblade wielder, you're practicing with someone who's really good, stealthy, this and that, pretty strong, and you just see him get mopped, and the same dude is about to strike you. Of course you would freeze. Oh, luckily though, we had your boys Goofy and Donald to go ahead and save the day. From what I'm seeing with my eyes, it kind of looks like it's going to be Apprentice Xehanort. I think that would be the safe bet. Kairi can resolve her, past issues with Apprentice Xehanort. Although it really makes me question, a lot of things, because Kairi was like, if it wasn't for you, you messed up my fate, this and that. Well, yeah, I guess technically Apprentice Terranord did kind of mess with Kairi and everyone's fate, seeing as how he kind of orchestrates the whole thing eventually. I don't know, but I'm just saying Apprentice Terranord seems to be the safe ground amongst everything else. Now, another possibility that a lot of people are kind of saying is that, hey, maybe it's Luxu. That's an interesting idea, but I don't feel as though it would be him, mainly because he pretty much says at the end of Kingdom Hearts 3, my role is finally done. Whoo, I'm done with all this nonsense. I'm just gonna wait to see what happens next. But I will tell, he is telling the foretellers everything that transpired. I'm pretty sure that is gonna be a really, really long story. So I'm pretty sure he's setting up the stages or just waiting in the sidelines to see what happens next. It would be interesting to see him, but I don't really think it's gonna be him, but hey, it is a possibility. Another character that people are saying, and oh my god, Demyx, and I'm pretty sure the only reason people are saying this is because like, hey, it's a rhythm game, dance, water, dance. Okay, that's a funny thought to have over here, but I don't really think so. It would be a major plot twist, that's for sure, but I'm pretty sure he's a character somewhere within the Union Cross timeline, and we're just still waiting for his appearance to actually appear over here. It'd be really funny, but I don't really think so. Now, another idea that some people might be saying is that, hey, maybe it could be Luxord or Yozora. Okay, yeah, I can kind of see that. The only way I could see it actually being Luxord, though, is that if maybe Sora, before he disappeared and, like, you know, died at the end of Kingdom Hearts 3. To think we had to kill Sora just to play as Kairi. But back to the topic at hand. If Sora gave Kairi the little card that Lushu gave Sora, then okay, maybe I can see Luxord making an appearance, because you know, Luxord is technically the gambler of fate. Kairi does talk a bunch about fate and this and that, so yeah, I can totally see that possibly being a possibility, but I don't really think so. Yozora, that's a possibility too, but I kind of highly doubt it as well, seeing as how, you know, Kairi and Riku are clearly going to be talking to the Nameless Star, which of course is Yozora's girl, so I'm pretty sure they'll get all the information from her. So those two, interesting idea, but I'm not really putting my chips too much on those two being the characters. Now, another big idea, and this is the really big one that a lot of people are thinking about, and I honestly can't really blame them, is that maybe it's Sora. It's an alternate, corrupted timeline version of Sora where he had a really bad experience. He was not able to go ahead and rescue his friends, so he's doing all this crazy madness to actually do good, but he's just going about it in a really kind of scummy way. It's exactly like Xehanort. You know, he had really good intentions. He wanted the world to start over, you know, be bright and pure, you know, good for everybody, but he just went about it in such a dirty way, screwing the lives of everybody in the process. Like, you know, his means don't justify his actions over here. So maybe that's exactly what's happening to Sora. Maybe that's exactly what is happening to Sora. Maybe he kept, I don't know, going to different world lines and that just ended up corrupting him or something like that. The only reason I really think that it could be Sora is just the fact that, once again, we're revealing our identity in front of Kairi. Like, out of all the characters in the Kingdom Hearts series, you mean to tell me the Masters of Masters, the Mac Daddy character of everybody within the Kingdom Hearts series, is going to reveal his identity in front of Kairi? What? Like, I'm just saying, from what I'm seeing, it looks like it could be Sora. It looks like it could be Sora. Now, there is an alternate version of this. This could actually be the Masters of Masters himself, but he has taken over Sora's body. You know, I'm talking to Orochimaru from Naruto over here. Like, he wants Sasuke's body because, you know, Sasuke is just like, this is the perfect body. He's got all the moves, the Sharingan, this and that. Maybe that's exactly kind of what's going on over here. Well, technically, when you think about it, Sora, in my opinion, is the strongest Keyblade wielder that we have over here. Yeah, we've got King Mickey, we've got, you know, Master Riku, Master Aqua, but we all saw how pretty much useless they were during that whole, you know, Keyblade War fight scene. So, when you think about it, yeah, Sora's a real powerhouse, and maybe the Master of Masters like, yo, I need this boy's body over here to complete the mission. I need a really strong host, and that could actually be a possibility. We do know within the series that people do take over people's bodies, so yeah, oh man, I feel bad for Sora. Maybe he was like in despair in another world line, and the Masters of Masters came up to him and was like, hey buddy, don't worry, I can help you out, trust in me and all that stuff. Oh, your poor boy Sora, how the mighty have fallen. That's actually really funny though, because Sora, being the only dude who technically isn't a master, actually titles himself the Master of Masters. I'm just like, that's a really funny coincidence if that is to happen. Like, you know, I could be completely wrong, because one thing I will say about that is that Nomura keeps on stating that Sora is just a normal dude with a really big heart. I find that kind of hard to believe at this point, seeing as how everything revolves around this dude. I mean, technically it kind of was supposed to be Riku, I guess you could say, but clearly, you know, it fell to Sora, and it's like, you're really telling me Sora isn't the child of prophecy like Naruto or anything? He's just really just a normal dude with a big heart? Nomura's like, yep, that's exactly what I'm going with. I mean, okay, if that's what you want to go with. I find it really hard to believe at this point. You got Yozora and all this other crazy nonsense that revolves around Sora. Eesh, I don't know. Just make him the child of destiny at this point. But whatever. If that's what he wants to say, then, you know, I guess I'll go ahead and accept it. So, yeah, you know, maybe it's not going to be Sora. Maybe it is just going to be the Masters of Masters himself, a completely brand new character. And that would be actually really cool and interesting to see. Kairi's actually interfering with his plan. He came here to actually warn Kairi and be like, listen, you gotta stop what you're doing, alright? Because you're messing up my grand scheme over here. Leave Sora the way it is. I got you, Zora, you know, taking care of your boy Sora. Don't worry about any of this. So, if it is the Masters of Masters, I can see that happening. I mean, he does seem to be a pretty powerful dude. You know, he was in the time of Union X, and now of course we saw him in Shibuya World, you know, of course at the secret ending for Kingdom Hearts 3, and now we see him in the final world. Your man's got that all access ticket pass to go wherever he wants. Oh my god, the master, Jesus, I don't even know over here. Again, the only reason why I think it could be something to do with Sora is just because it's in front of Kairi out of all the people, and the fact that it does not look like we are going to be getting any Kingdom Hearts 3 actual gameplay, fighting, whatever, makes me think that, you know, Kairi's confrontation with the master with this hooded figure is going to be just talking. And okay, so Kairi's going to talk to this dude. I'd like to assume she's going to talk because she's going to be like complete shock when he takes off the hood. It's like, oh, Sora, is that you? Like, okay, if oh my god, but it makes me wonder, like, if they do that, will we actually see the Masters of Masters face? Because we saw in Kingdom Hearts Remind, when the Masters of Masters was about to reveal his name, they completely muted it. So I wonder if they are going to do the exact same thing here. All I'm saying is that if we don't see the face and Kairi has a really shocked face, it's going to be Sora. It's definitely going to be Sora. I don't know why she would have like a surprise face for just some random dude that she's never seen before. Like, say it is Apprentice Terranord, I don't see her having a big like gasp or whatever. But if it's Sora, yeah, you know she's gonna be freaking out over here, which means they'd stop fighting, this and that. You know, why Sora doing this? Probably just to save the day, but he's just gonna be going about it in a corrupted, douchey way. So guys, I mean, that is basically it for this video. Those are all kind of my little thoughts, my little theories that I had over here. So what I want to know in the comment section below from you guys, of course, is A, this hooded figure in Melody of Memory, who in the world do you think it is? And, you know, do you think we will actually see said character's face be revealed? So, you know, guys, leave all your comments in the comment section below. If you like the video, make sure to give it a big, massive thumbs up, as it helps me the channel out quite immensely. You're on already, you can follow me on my Twitter, same thing as my YouTube channel, which is Ed the Wiz. I'm also on Instagram, which is MadSwag12345, where I post all the good stuff. I have a Discord, link will be in the description below. Got a Kingdom Hearts tab, talk about all that Kingdom Hearts goodness. So until next time, my dudes, I'm gonna go ahead and say bye, pal. We'll see you soon.